Things that I don't care about. I don't care about the male loneliness epidemic. You have got yourself there, you can get yourself out of it.
Well, gentlemen, a woman who doesn't care about men. What a surprise, just like the rest of them. But I do care about men, gentlemen, which is why we are here. So welcome back to the desert, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have this on the outside, cutie patootie, but on the inside, Satan's girlfriend. We're going to take a look at her and at her claims, and we'll discuss further, guys. Please like and subscribe, and now let's get started.
And since y'all are so strong and so seem to make a lot of men mad about not caring about the male loneliness epidemic. So I just have a question for you all. Why should women care about male loneliness when there is a global femicide?
Oh, there you have it, guys, on screen. One woman unalived every 10 minutes. The harrowing global reality of femicide. Oh, I cannot say that on YouTube. Home is the most dangerous place for women, says Global FM Side report. Okay.
Femicide happening right now at the hands of men, at the hands of violence from men against women. Because a lot of men didn't care when the Me Too movement happened. You laughed at many women. When women's...
Of course we laughed, because it's laughable what they did with that movement. How did that movement go? At first everybody was concerned. There were people, guys, shouting from the rooftops, we should believe all women. What? Believe all women? Holy hell, guys. It's just clownish, right? Which is why the movement evolved into what it is, and it is a mockery. It's a clownish. It's circus. And that's why nobody takes it seriously.
Reproductive rights are being taken away. You actually even started the your body, my choice phrase. So forgiven.
I'm gonna pause you again. My body, my choice is ludicrous. It's just insane. I myself, as a man, as a privileged man in this patriarchal society, I cannot use my body, my choice to slap you in the face, for example. I cannot use my body, my choice to not be drawn into the army, for example. I cannot use my body, my choice in many different reasons, alright? So, sorry if you don't have the ability to kill your offspring. So sorry, it must be so hurtful.
Or don't. If we are not bothered about your male loneliness epidemic, we have other things like our own safety on our minds. And you sit there and you berate every...
By the way, I can guarantee you, this woman has never been in danger even for 2 seconds. I can guarantee you that. Probably her biggest inconvenience in life was that one time they gave her a cold Starbucks. That is the... Guys, that is the zenith of this woman's problems. But okay.
And you sit there and you berate every type of woman. Single mums, divorced mums, single women, women who don't want kids, women who can't have kids, women over 30, and you expect us to give a shit about your male loneliness epidemic.
By the way, nobody's making fun of women who can't have kids. Literally nobody. Not a single person on earth is making fun of that. But okay. But women like to make victims out of everything.
And how did you respond to me saying, I don't care about the male loneliness epidemic? Well, of course, many of you responded with rape threats and violence. Which, let's be honest, that's exactly how I expected you to respond. So thank you for proving my point.
Okay, PewDiePie. Okay, Pancake. I'm not gonna respond with violence, alright? What I'm gonna respond, guys, is with science. How about that? With some statistic, guys. So, I'm gonna put on my, my glasses, guys. Professor Hidan over here, gonna be bringing you the statistics. So, let's see them together, shall we, gentlemen? Here you have a map of the world. Well, it's mostly blank, but of the countries where this was taken from. And this shows the number of rape cases for 2022. I'm actually going to hide my character. So you can see there, rape cases 2022. The bluer it gets, the more cases. Again, you can see that the United States has a lot of cases. How could that be, Hidan? Well, we'll find out in bunch of men. It's either because all of you patriarchal pigs are a bunch of rapists, or it's because of something else. Again, we'll take a look later. But for now, guys, here as well you see the number of grape cases, the total amount, and here you see the grape cases per 100,000 people. But wait a minute, Hidan. According to women on TikTok, 1 of every 2 women is graped. So how is it that the total number of grapes, let's say in the United Kingdom, per 100,000 people of the population is 100? What? So 100 out of 100,000 will make it 1 out of 1,000 women gets raped, according to this statistic. But Hidan, that's like 0.001%. That is not 50% like women on TikTok claim. I know, guys, your worldview is going to be shattered with these statistics, as we're going to find out very soon. But there you have a few of the countries. Not going to read them all. You can find this is worldpopulationreview.com. Go and find whatever you want. But let's read, guys, the small letters over here, right? Because this is very important. Figures do not include grapes that got unreported to law enforcement. Makes sense, right? How are you going to include in a statistic something that is not reported? So we could presume that the number will increase if we account for those that don't get reported as well. I read, rate indicates the number of grape incidents per 100,000 citizens in the given country. Country to country, comparisons of grape statistics can be heavily distorted by 2 major influences: differing definitions of grape and wildly different legal and cultural treatment of grape victims. Wow, wow, wow. Very interesting, guys. Let's read this one as well. I really want to debunk this because we have so many women on TikTok saying how every second woman gets raped. Oh no. Let's read the official statistics, alright? Get this for once and for all out of the way. First, countries with strong protections for women often use a much broader and more inclusive definition of grape than others. No, you don't say. So basically, guys, I'm going to go back to the map, alright? Why in the hell is the US so populated with grape victims? Well, it is because the definition of grape, according to your modern feminist, dirty and miserable piss and vinegar women, is basically everything that she doesn't like. Alright? Catcalling is grape. A guy like in all her pictures on Instagram when he's not very attractive, that is grape, guys. That one time she got intoxicated and absolutely agreed to have intercourse, but then woke up in the morning and regretted it. Oh no, I've been assaulted. My hell. So this is why there are so many in the United States, because the definition of grape means nothing in this country. I continue reading now. Definition of grape more broader than others, which can make the number frequency of grapes appear higher than it does in countries with fewer protection for women and or narrower definitions of grape. I think we all know what grape is, and all of humanity has known what grape is until the last 20 years or so. Secondly, in some cultures, reporting a grape can lead to the victim being disowned, charged with a crime themselves, or subjected to violence. For example, grape victims in Saudi Arabia may be flogged or stoned for the crime of having asked 3 eggs out of wedlock. In such cultures, many or most grapes go unreported. So this will increase the number, but only for a very few select countries that are mostly Muslim, to be honest with you. But not for the USA or Europe. No? So this wouldn't change it. So for at the moment, we could increase the number of cases because of the ones who go unreported, but we could also decrease the number of cases because of the quote-unquote broad definitions that people have for grape, which basically is not grape. These factors are the main reasons highly developed countries such as the United Kingdom and Sweden appear to have far more grapes than Saudi Arabia and Tanzania. If the definitions of rape and cultural support for the victims were identical, the data will change dramatically. Data for United Kingdom pertain to England and Wales, yada yada, okay. We'll read this one, and then we'll move on, guys, to the map again to make our general observations. Accurate rape statistics are hard to obtain as many victims don't report due to reasons like embarrassment, fear of reprisal, or insufficient laws. Globally, about 35% of women have faced extrajudicial harassment, but fewer than 40% seek help and less than 10% reach out to law enforcement. Definitions and track. So we still don't know if this 35% of women that have faced extrajudicial harassment have faced what basically literally means extrajudicial harassment, because again, a man you don't happen to like hitting you up at the gym, that is not extrajudicial harassment, right? So I very much doubt, if not totally, that 35% of women have faced extrajudicial harassment, right? And that is supposedly reported, right? If we add to that 35%, the ones who go unreported, guys, holy macaroni, 90% of women have been extrajudicially harassed. Just not true. Sweden's high reported rape rate is influenced by its broader definition and inclusive reporting, showcasing the complexity of interpreting rape statistics. In the US, rape statistics reveal a severe issue with a high frequency of incidents, significant PTSD among victims, and a majority of perpetrators being acquaintances. So there you have it, guys. Let's move back to the map, right? Because there's a few things to point out. Now, first off, I noticed this. You can see here it says Russia, Stan, but it doesn't say nothing about China. Nobody cares about China, guys. They don't even deserve their name to be put out here. Mongolia. Oh, India doesn't have a name too. Who cares about Indians, right? Okay, so there are a few countries without names. Regardless, the point here is, according to this data, guys, look at the discrepancy between Mexico and United States. Crazy. I have no data for Canada. In Canada, there are no rapes because, as far as I know, every man in Canada is gay. I don't know if it's true. It's just what I've heard. But a lot of cases of rape in the United States, guys. Too many. Right? And of course, it can be boiled down to what we already talked about. Yeah, it's just the definition there is so broad that this is what happens. And it's one of the most feminist countries in the world. Well, wouldn't you see? What a coincidence, guys, isn't it? Like, you would think that feminism will counterbalance the number of rape victims because they put so much effort, guys, into disestablishing the patriarchy. Yet, interestingly enough, Morocco has way less victims per 100,000 people than the United States, even though there's no feminism in Morocco, right? Kenya, guys, not worldly renowned for its feminism, yet the victims are way less than in United States, one of the most, if not the most feminist country in the world, right? Just very interesting, guys, how that goes. And so, another thing I wanted to point out is, look, nobody likes rape. I'm not out here defending rape. I'm not here willing for the numbers to be higher. What I'm saying is, why do you blame men in general? Men, the men you blame are the men who have put laws against this, right? The men you blame are the police officers that will rush in your defense if this happens. The men you blame are 99% of society of men who, if they see someone actually assaulting you in the street, they will probably risk their lives to save you, all right? Those are the men you are blaming. When you say that it's not all men, but it's always a man. Every man is a potential rapist. Those are the men that you're blaming, the ones who will defend you. So it's like, what else do you want us to do? You know, we already have laws in place. We cannot totally get rid of it. Hey, if I could just snap my fingers and for rape to be out of the picture, I would. And all men would, all right? We already put laws in place. We have police officers. We have people taking care of this. We have measures taken in place. We have like buildings where you can stay off if you're suffering from like home, violence and stuff. You can go to these places, to these homes, to these, I don't know how to call them, motels for victims or whatever you like, right? We're already fighting it, you know? But guys, there's one more thing I wanted to point out. Take a look at Europe, right? In Europe, I'm gonna tell you the countries. It's a very interesting topic, guys, but I'm gonna mention the countries that have a lot of immigration, and a lot of laws that benefit immigrants, right? One of them is the UK, is the one with the most grapes. The second one is France, which coincidentally, guys, is also the second one with a lot of grapes. The third one is Germany, which, guys, you won't believe it, but it's the third one when it comes to victims. And another that is also really renowned for having... Actually, you know, we'll talk about that country now. This is the Nordic countries, right? Norway, Sweden, and Finland. Now, one of those countries is renowned for accepting more immigrants than the other. I'm gonna let you guess which one is it, guys, based on the number of grapes. So Norway has 2,200. This is, again, per 100,000 people. Norway has, say, 2,000. Okay, Finland has 1,800. Sweden has 9,000. Can you guess, guys, which is the country that is more accepting of the whole thing of immigration and building asylums and treating illegal immigration in very moderate and nice way, right? I'm not saying anything, guys. I'm not making any observations. I'm just pointing out facts, all right? So again, Nordic countries, nearly 2,000, around 2,000, 9,000. Wow. Oh, very interesting. And also, it just so happens that the three countries that are renowned in Europe for being very accepting of the whole thing with immigration happen to be the three ones with the most reported cases. Wow, wouldn't you see, guys? Now, compare Germany with 12,500 with Poland. Poland doesn't F with immigrants. They don't like it. They closed borders. They don't care. Take a look. From 12,500 to 500. Wow. What could it be, guys? Hey, again, don't point out the obvious, because you're gonna get called a racist, right? Don't look at the patterns. Don't point out the obvious. We have to be very accepting of everything, guys. Everything that comes to be, every stupid, retarded policy that some dumbass who is in charge comes up with. We just gotta accept it, eat it with a side of potatoes, and never mention it, because when you mention it, oh, you're a racist. And probably also a mustache guy adjacent, because why not? Let's just throw it in there. So yeah, I'm done with this topic. F this woman, F every woman who talks constantly about grape. Oh, grape, every second man is a... Shut up. Shut up. Men are the ones who have been protecting you all throughout history. Hey, you can still point out the problem. It's a very valid problem. Grape is disgusting, and there are minors who get raped. It's an abomination, right? But to blame all men, or even most men, is just absurd beyond comprehension. Just because the topic is important, and I'm not going to give these feminists a free pass to insult all men, right? If you really think that all men are rapists, go live with the bear and see how that goes. I will really enjoy to see that, to be honest. But now, guys, I wanted to read a raid story, but I've blabbered for long enough. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.